Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Collaborate and Pull Together, a podcast that we highlight all things positive on and off the table. Later on this evening, I'm going to have joining me Steve Fernandez of New York Tri-State Arm Wrestling, talk a little bit about his event. Dan Citrella, the Hat, will be joining me about our upcoming summer kickoff event. Just wanted to shout out a company that I recently reached out to. I knew that they were doing they did awards and things like this, different customized shirts, and they're active promoter in the I think the Carolinas region. But UAP Customs, unapologetic patriot, I think that's what it's called. These guys are really nice. They're timely. It's a husband-wife combo. Most of the wife handles most of the business. They are going to be making the awards for my event. Definitely check them out and what they're capable of doing. They do some good work. Stay tuned. I'll be releasing some of the renderings that they're going to be doing for me on my upcoming events updates. But I'll be updating everybody a little bit more on that. And who do we got here? We got Batman joining us again. What's up, Batman?
Just chilling, man. Just chilling. Getting ready for Saturday.
You're the first one on the show tonight.
I figured I'd get on early and
cut out when you can. Absolutely. I get that, man. I get that. Sometimes, we got busy lives.
Exactly.
Oh, man. So,
where's Steve?
You know what? I don't know. I think he might be still arriving home at this moment. Or just getting back to his house, which is fine, man.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I had a great weekend. I was out. I was actually up in Massachusetts. Over at Rockport for the weekend.
Nice. That's the town next to me.
No way. I was right there. I didn't know that. Yeah, I should have reached out.
I'm in Gloucester.
Okay. Yeah, I was hanging out over there for the whole weekend for a bachelor party. My best friend just got married. Is going to get married soon, and we did a little getaway to a cottage on the water. And we did archery. We did what else did we do? Wolves. That wolf sanctuary. It's up there.
Oh, over in what's that?
Ipswich.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful area over there, man. You got some really natural beauty over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool spot. Not bad.
Hey, close that door, man.
Oh, there's Steve. But wait, then he ran away.
Disappears with the Tri-State.
There he is. What's up, Steve?
What's going on?
Look at that king of the table swag you got going on there.
Yeah, I just came from work.
We're just talking about I was literally a town away from Batman this whole weekend. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, I
did not know that. I was literally just there this whole entire weekend from Friday to literally yesterday afternoon.
Do you know? Hey Dan, let me ask you. You know TJ?
Yeah, I met TJ over through other podcasts. I didn't meet him in person yet.
Okay, yeah. TJ's a great guy, man. I met him at East First West in Florida. They're great people. Him and his girl, Christine. I want to say his wife, actually. They put a name on me. They put GQ on me when we were on over there, and I was all dressed in my fucking bling or whatever. And we were literally me and TJ were right next to each other, front row. And it was fucking awesome because of his wife. Honestly,
Christina, yeah.
Because she was sitting there next to him.
I've been actually in communication with them. They're the ones. Remember the awards that I showed you just recently? They're the ones making it. They're the ones making it.
Oh, dude, great people. Great to get the awards from and everything. So that's
keep it in the family, in the arm wrestling family. You know what I mean? I'm going to throw them up there again for everybody who's just tuning in now. UAP Customs, TJ and Christina, great, kind people. They're very timely, courteous. They work with everything you got, all the different ideas you got. I can't say anything else.
Huge shout out to both of them. Yeah, huge shout out to both of them, him and his wife. Great people. He's a phenomenal puller, a great guy. I mean, I can't say anything, just in general. I want to say just great people. And if you're going to get any awards, plaques, or anything like that, I would definitely get
Oh
them
yeah,
from
I can't
him.
wait. I mean, listen, they took my idea and they rendered something with quickness too. There's a lot of companies out there that they may do quality work, or maybe even less expensive work, but the quickness that I have right now, I'm excited to actually get these awards in hand. I don't even have them yet, but I'm still excited because I could tell that they're going to be good quality just by way of their pride and quality in what they're saying.
Even I'll tell you this much, even if you're going to spend a little bit
It's worth
more,
it.
it's well worth it. And even then, like with the certain type of people, I would even spend a little bit more just for the fact of the type of people that they are.
Absolutely.
They're just really great people,
Exceptional.
heartwarming people.
Exceptional.
Yeah, they really
Exceptional
are.
is the only word I can say.
Every single day I was pretty much looking for them. Because I was just like, oh, we're front row, see if where they are, okay, perfect. Let's go sit with them.
For maybe your next awards, man, we do a bigger collab with them, and set something up.
Yeah. I honestly, to tell you the truth, I didn't know that they were full on with awards and stuff like that. So, and now, I'll, speaking of awards, actually, I just got my awards too. So I gotta post.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yes. What was that, Batman?
I just got the boxes.
I was asking. So he's got them on hand now.
I do. Did you see the rings yet? I have the rings. And I have the other.
I saw the ones you were posting online.
What's up, Lucky? That's awesome that she made your awards. Definitely want to keep these guys busy. I'd rather give my money to the arm wrestling community because that's how we grow the community. We can have bigger and better events across the board, collaborations across the board. I guess I'll take this time to announce that I actually I've gotten my collaborate and pull together concept in LLC. Now it's collaborate and pull together productions. So I am going to be utilizing it for this podcast as well as the annual event that I run and any other collaborations that I work with. You will be seeing my a new logo, which I'll be releasing tomorrow on social media across the board. It's already got the cover photo for the Pit of New York on Facebook. It's kind of like a slight teaser type of deal. We look forward to growing with every bit of this community and helping every bit of this community grow. Highlighting pullers like yourself. Because outside of the Northeast, man, before you came on screen the other week, I didn't know who you were. Then I found out, and I was like, "Whoa, this guy's a freaking monster!"
Right, trying to get there. I've mostly just pulled around New England. I did Winter Blast last year and Steve's first tri-state tournament. Kind of got smacked around at Winter Blast last year, but whatever. That was like my first really large tournament I did.
Well, Winter Blast is a big tournament, man. It's going to have a lot of different varying talents and experiences. So it's a deep class. Any class you enter.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, there's the goat itself.
And we get the goofiest of all time.
Whoa.
I'm going to change that name to the goofiest of all time right there. You know what? I'm going to actually tell everybody I was actually secretly in Massachusetts to spy on the goofiest of all time this whole weekend. I was just seeing what he was doing for training purposes.
Those are the rings.
Oh, nice.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah,
very nice.
They're like football rings. Comes with a chain. Comes with a little bag of chain and everything like that, so you can put it on a chain. Comes with your little stand.
What size are those? I have fat fingers,
Dude, that's not gonna. It's not gonna. It's gonna go over your finger. It's gonna go over your hand.
Yeah. You're wearing a bracelet. Mine's like a bracelet for me.
It's pretty big. Just to get an idea, I would say probably your pinky, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe your middle finger. They're pretty big. They are pretty big.
Definitely your penis.
They're like football rings.
Easy.
Cool.
Anyway, you were saying, Dan?
Oh yeah, I was just saying that I was in Massachusetts this weekend. Rockport. Turns out I was like a town away from Batman. Didn't know that. And next time I'm up there, because I do plan on going back, I'll definitely connect with you, man.
Yeah, come up. I'll pull my table out of the garage and we can pull.
Hell yeah. I mean, you'll probably wipe the floor with me because I'm only 176 or so.
Yeah, you're good, Dan, but I think Mark would. I think Mark would eat you up.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm very nice at practice. Just as you.
That's true.
I'm talking about reality here, Mark.
Wait, Mark, where are you at? Are you in Gloucester or something?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so how far is practice for you?
Like 40 minutes, 45. Yeah, it's
You're
not
lucky, man. The closest practice is like almost 2.5 hours away.
bad. Oh, geez.
Yeah, tell me about it, bro. I'm right there with you.
That's like if I go to Fitzy's. If I go to Fitzy's on Wednesday, it's like a 2-hour ride. And it's only an hour back, but there's so much traffic on the way there.
Yeah.
See, we're blessed in Long Island because I practice right here in my garage, which is about a 30-second walk from my house. And then and then I got a 15-minute ride to the gym where we have a bigger main practice site at Clean Cut Fitness, right in Bayshore, New York. So definitely feel for you guys. You guys got to get more words out there. Use the Armbed app or something. That's how we started.
Where is Empire Arms, Dan? Where is that?
That's in New York. That's New York, Long Island by Dan, literally.
Oh, so that is close to you, Dan.
Yeah, that's close.
That's the one you were just talking about?
How do I take off my background? Because you can't see shit.
Yeah, take off the background.
How do I take it off?
You got to go to your settings.
Yeah. And then virtual background.
Virtual background?
Yep.
And then just
turn it on and toggle it off.
Deselect background.
There you go.
Go fuck yourself. Okay, good. So these are the medals. They're fucking
shit. Did I just go bye-bye?
Yeah, your screen. Oh, there it goes.
The medals are awesome. New York ArmWars.
Beautiful medals.
Even the bands on the side and everything that says on it, it's like a city background, so it's awesome.
That is sick.
That is very cool.
They look sick.
I love that.
It's like a city background. It's huge, dude. It's a lot bigger than I thought. And it looks
It is beautiful, man. I love that design. I'm glad you went with that design this year.
Yeah. Well, I changed it up. It was there were square ones last year. And I like them, but it's just, I don't know.
I like to change up, man. Just real quick, we got unapologetic patriot in the chat. What's up, man? And then we got JJ saying that he's coming to steal some of those medals, man.
Yeah, I figured he was. We were talking about it. I went down to the MAC tournament, talked to him about it. He said he was coming up. I'm honored. I honestly love when they come in, and I know it's a really long ride, so I really appreciate it, man. All you guys and everybody that's coming from far away. I don't care if you're coming from half an hour away or 7.5 hours away. I appreciate you, man, and I know everybody's taking the time out of their day to do that, and I love it, man. So thank you so much, everyone, for being so supportive, and coming to the tournaments and stuff. That's why I put in so much with these awards, with these super matches. That's why I always do them at the hotel. That's why I always throw free food, free drinks. You know what I mean? It's you got to be different. You got to be as best as you can be, I would say. And that's why.
Steve, is your wife doing the catering again?
No, the place that we're doing it is at the Hyatt House, so they wouldn't let us bring food. So I had to buy food from this place. That cost me a fucking fortune.
Well, I will eat all of it, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, but it's really good. And it's not just one or two different types of things. There's probably maybe like 7 different types of foods. There's going to be dessert too as well. There's also going to be cake. So there's pizza, piggies in a blanket, ribs, fajitas. I mean, there's going to be so much different types of food, and you guys don't have to pay for anything, which is great. You come in there, weigh in, eat your faces off.
Perfect.
And then go bowl and have fun. And then afterwards, we have the after party at the VIP lounge, which, again, I'll have food there. The bar is already there. Everything will be set and just spent a good time for the VIP after party, which is great. So
too generous.
It's
Steve.
unfortunate that I'm not going to be making up to that event. I wish I could, but yeah, I got family party as well as Passover.
Happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
second place. These came out pretty good too.
That's beautiful as well.
With the blue.
Cool.
Some of the best medals, man. If not the best medals.
Yeah, the medals look fucking beautiful, man. I really put a lot of work into them. I almost kind of wanted to design them like last year's, but they came out. They're a little bit different now. They're almost like 3D. So they come out out of the award, and everything's kind of like pushed back. So they're a little bit different, but they came out really, really good.
A little extra dimension.
Yeah, really, it's what it is.
David asked, are minors allowed in the VIP?
Are minors allowed in the VIP? Tell him he's the only one that's allowed in the
VIP. You just told yourself. You have VIP access.
I know he's only fucking 7. So.
Right? I got shoes older than David.
Yes, David, because I like you. You look. You got to know that I like you. All right. First of all, I don't ever give anybody a fucking match when they ask me. I just don't like doing that, plain and simple. I like coming up with the matches the way it is. So you got to know I like you, David. If I gave you a match that you wanted, even though I think Garrett's probably the hardest opponent you've ever gone up against, you know, when it comes to a super match or even maybe even closer to a tournament too as well. But in general, like I said, you got your match. I think you proved yourself. I think you're a better puller than when you were a year ago. So yeah, definitely deserve it. You can definitely come to the VIP lounge and hang out with us. These are the third place trophies, the awards.
Very
I
nice.
like that the lanyards are all different colors depending on the middle as well. That's a good touch.
Yeah, it has good
That's why I
differentiation.
wanted to do that. You need to change it up a little bit more. The red with the red, the white with, kind of like change it up.
That's
a
good.
little.
I
I'm definitely gonna steal that idea. That's actually really good.
Yeah. I told you I'll give you my guys' information so you can,
the middle guys. I'm pretty sure we already used the same one because I saw your screenshot of the mock-up and our guy looks like this. The mock-up looks exactly the same. So I'm pretty sure we're already using the same guy.
Probably is.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, the awards are here, done. Everything's all set, ready to go.
So Jesus Gonzalez in the chat goes, am I allowed to go to VIP if I'm too old? Geriatric access.
You can only enter if you bring your AARP card.
There you go. You get the senior discount. Senior citizen discount.
Hey, Zeus, I'm not going to be able to make this event because I'm having some DMV issues at the time. I thought I'd have everything cleared up this week. And our wonderful New York State DMV did not work out for me. So I will probably not be making it up there this week. I don't want to say yes or no. It's most likely going to be no. And I'm kind of bummed about that. But, it's life. So
you just gotta walk. Just 3 days in advance, just like start walking.
Yeah.
Hey, Kai, you got a big thumb. Use that big thumb. Put it to work, man.
No, but after Jesus, it'll be Monday, so I should be at Jersey the week after. So, and then I should have my car. I should be good. No questions, ifs, ands, or buts. It's been 2 years in the goddamn making. Sorry, Steve. Sorry, Steve. I'm sorry. You don't understand. It hurts. I believe me. I want to please everybody. I got people that want to beat me, and I understand it. But life throws fucking. You gotta deal with what you gotta deal with. But I know everybody, all Long Island's going to be represented, even if we're not there, but Steve's going to represent for everybody. Everybody's going to do their thing. And, It's just going to be one hell of an event that, again, I wish I'll be there, and Dan wishes he's going to be there. And
Zeus is offering, you want to take a train to Jersey City and I'll pick you up?
Let me think about that. Let me sleep on that. That could be a possibility. Thank you. I appreciate that.
See how far you are from Jersey City. That's not bad.
I have no idea.
Or from the train for you to take it to Jersey City.
JJ, we will figure that out also. I will be in touch. If I don't make it up there, I'll see if Steve or somebody can hold on to it, and then I will grab it from either up there or in Jersey. I know this screwed up a lot of things, but it's a DMV for you, and nothing I could have done. It's out of my hands.
JJ's got a truck, so if anything, I can probably, if he's coming to the VIP lounge afterwards, then we can probably bring it back to the lounge and then drop it off there, and I can, store it.
Are the Mac tables disassemblable?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they are now.
Yeah, the top comes off, and
soon they will be for sale, and soon, I think probably the next tournament that we'll be having will be an actual Mac tournament.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Send the Tri-State limo for Dan. There you go.
But yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. The reason being, and same thing with this, with these super matches, I put it in for the chat for the guys. This is going to be quick. This is going to be a 15-second get your grip. If you can't get your grip in 15 seconds, it's going to ref's grip. And then it stays in ref's grip. So there is no getting your grip again, no 15 seconds again. So if you can't get your grip, as soon as let's just say you go up there, right? And you try to get your grip or whatever, you go into ref's grip. As soon as you guys switch over, you guys are already. So if
I go ref grip round 1, round 2, and round 3, I'll automatic ref grip.
Yeah.
What they did
just like East First West.
It's gonna be quick.
That's what they did at East First West this last one, and I think it's much better. Not only do I think it's better, but it's much quicker.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be more efficient. Then people are going to see that being like, you know what, this is much better, instead of everybody trying to fucking go over his thumb or over somebody else's finger and try to adjust. It's too much bullshit. First of all, for the 30 seconds that you have to wait for somebody to get their grip, and then it's like ref's grip. It's like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Now I got to wait for this.
You know what? As a puller, I appreciate that, because I burned my hand out within that first 30 seconds. Something.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sitting up there and trying to. It's like, just go into ref's grip. If you can't get a grip in 15 fucking seconds, then you're not going to get a grip, and you're waiting for ref's grip.
You're right. I love it.
Yeah,
it's the way the sport should go.
I honestly think you should just, like, you don't have to do it for this event, but I think you should just start in the ref grip. I don't think there's a point in negotiating grips anymore. I don't know. I just think it's a waste of time. Just ref grip it up.
Yeah, it's
I think
2
that's
hours.
The way eventually that it's going to. I think eventually that's the way
what I'm saying,
it's going to be. I don't want to really change the rules too much or anything like that, but I think eventually, I love the way Mac does everything when it's close your hands, and that's the only thing that it's just like I wish it would just go into ref's grip. You know what I mean? And because close your thumb, close your hands, go. I think it's a little too quick, but I like the fact that there is no. I mean, after that, you're into straps if you slip out the whole time. So there's no fucking around.
Yeah.
It's pretty much you switch sides right at the straps. You switch that right at the straps. So it's just, you're not wasting any time. There's no bullshit here. There's no trying to get your grip or anything like that. In the straps, the strap doesn't tell any lies. We will see what the fuck will happen. I mean, so I think that the next tournament will probably be a Mac tournament. If we don't tweak the WAF rules a little bit more to speed things up a little bit more, and I want to see the way it goes here for this tournament, we will probably end up be doing a Mac tournament, Mac super matches and Mac tournament, because I just love the style of everything, how fast everything is, the straps, just going straight into straps and staying in the straps. I'm a strap puller, so I love that shit. I mean, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's why we're eager to get the Mac table down here on Long Island, because the tournament that I'm running in June will be a Mac Mac style event. It's not.
You're gonna need at least 3 tables, I would say.
For a Mac style event, no, you don't need 3 tables. You could have super matches and a tournament on one table within 5 hours or less. And when I say super matches, I'm saying about six. It depends on the number of super matches, right? So I'm doing only 6 super matches. I'm only, and I'm only doing pro and amateur. I'm not doing extra classes. So,
how many
and
tables?
I'm doing in that
How
order.
many tables are you gonna run?
We're gonna run 1 table.
Oh wow! So AMs all the way and then pro all the way, or something like that.
So it's actually going to be the order that I'm running. Mine is going to be super matches, pros, then AMs.
Okay. All right. I feel like you should probably do 2 tables, no? Then you could just do pro and AM at the same time.
We only have one Mac table right now, but you don't need to. That's the whole point of the Mac. When we went to the Mac 3 event, they did all the super matches they had 11 super matches, and it only took, 2.5 hours, 3 hours tops?
Well, you know what? We just got we just got notice, though. If, let's say, we see the turnout is massive come June, because that's the other thing is we're here on Long Island. In previous years, maximum number of people I've had at my events was like 80 people.
Okay.
Well, JJ just said he'll bring some. Look at that.
Exactly.
JJ in the chat.
They bring tables. If they're going to bring tables, and we see that they have more people, which I do believe there's going to be more people, I think that we can have the need for another table. And we'll have it available thanks to JJ. These Mac guys, they want to see this model be successful, so they're willing to invest a lot of time. That speaks volumes about that, man.
Well, that's just to be safe, what I would do is have 3 tables, 2 for the tournament, 1 for people to warm up with.
No, we're gonna have multiple warm up tables.
Oh, we're gonna have like 7 tables there, but only 1 Mac table.
But we only have 1 Mac table to compete on. We're gonna have 1 comp table, but we're gonna have several. We have a whole warm up area. We have a warm up gym that people will have to kind of get their mindset a little separate from the actual event, where they can do any form of warm up they like. They have a lat pull down, resistance bands available. They don't need to bring anything with them, just their arms.
We'll see if by any chance I buy a Mac table before June or something like that. If me and JJ end up talking, I end up purchasing one, I'll bring one. But you always want to be just safe. And always have, God forbid if something happens to the table, something. You always want to have at least more than 1. At least the minimum, I would say 2. Well, just to be safe.
And if we have to, they're saying they may have some inserts by then. If we have the inserts, maybe we can just drill one of the inserts on our regular table if we need to.
That's another thing too. That's another thing to do too. I was thinking about the inserts.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you guys mean inserts? Somebody explain that.
So the actual whole table from the top of it, it's just you can buy the inserts of like the kind of pad and the adjustment, the way everything is kind of actually grooved out a little bit. Then you can actually insert it and put it on top of a table, and it actually ends up being the same height as a regular table. So it's so fucking perfect what they did. It's so smart, because I'm thinking that probably the tables from Mac are going to be significantly expensive for the time being for now, because they just came out with it. I don't see why they wouldn't be, especially that they're so good anyways. But in general. And they're very heavy. They're very
built.
sturdy.
125 pounds.
Professionally.
These tables aren't melted.
Yeah.
They don't move.
They don't move. So just to speak about the Mac tables a little bit, they're manufactured by a chiropractic company, and I'm a licensed massage therapist of 15 years, and I currently work in a chiropractic office. These tables are meant to last with hundreds and hundreds of people on it that weigh a lot. I got a client that he weighs like close to 500 pounds. And this table lifts him up without problem, without creaks or groans or bends or anything like that. Chiropractic tables are built different, and they're different from an arm wrestling table. I think that, an arm wrestling table is nice, but in all honesty, it's a table with pads on it. And a Mac table is a table meant for arm wrestling. And I think that that's one of the unique qualities that they bring to, pun fully intended, they bring to the table.
So I didn't want to release a price on the tables or anything like that, but JJ just released the Mac tables with base included is $1,200. So just to get you an idea of how much these tables are, I think just the top of the table weighs almost 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Just the top of the table. I mean, with my tables, any of the tables that I have right now, and I don't want to throw shit that I have shitty tables like that, but they don't weigh anything.
No.
I grab one from the top of the table and grab it like that and put it down with like it's.
You can throw a table across the room. You're not throwing a Mac table across the room.
The arm bet table I have is probably 35 pounds. And the two other tables we have are probably right around the same, except for the one that we had custom made. That thing's about 100 pounds, almost like the Mac table. So it's
shout out the table manufacturing. It's a light manufacturing. They're the ones who make the table, state-of-the-art facility. Lots of research and development has gone into making the table, and the tabletop itself is 85 pounds as per JJ.
Oh, 80.
That's
post that on the bottom, Dan, so they can see that what JJ is saying. The elite manufacturing makes it's really like we were saying before. Sometimes you want to spend a little bit more money to get what you're supposed to get out of a table.
It's 175 pounds. I thought it was 125. Oh shit.
175 pounds.
It weighs as much as I do. God damn.
Literally, I was just going to say that. Yeah, it's going to weigh just as much as I do. I mean, so if I put all the 3 tables that I have and I put them one on top of each other, I don't even think it'll weigh as much as I do. To tell you.
No.
I mean,
No, definitely not.
No, I don't. I think I can grab literally each one of the tables and grab them from like this full, just like that on one of each. I mean, because they don't.
No, these things are built to last. One of the things that before I even came into the arm wrestling world, I always liked the concept of something that's built to last. Like I used to go off-roading, right? And I had some custom rock rails made, bumper made. Ultimately, I told the guy who was making them, I want a grenade to go off and the bumper and rock rails be the only thing remaining. Fuck the rest of the Jeep. And these tables match that kind of quality, the standard of practice. That these things are like a bomb could go off and they'll be just fine.
Yeah, they're good quality tables, and all the rule sets and everything else are. I mean, you can't get any better than that, to tell you the truth. That's why I was really planning to do the next tournament to be Mac, because it was just. And then you've seen the venue that I'm going to do.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing, Mac. Yeah. It'll elevate Mac in New York. It'll elevate everything.
Yeah. So, but. I can't wait, man. I can't wait for this tournament coming up. Mark, man, I've been looking at your videos, man, here and there. You don't have too much, but as much as I can, see that recently that you. I think it's going to be a really good match between you and Ben, man.
I think it might be a lot closer than a lot of people were thinking.
I think so too, and I think people are underestimating this whole situation because they're looking at your weight, and Ben usually pulls at 240.
I usually cut weight to 198, so this time I don't have to cut any weight, so that's going to be interesting for me.
Right, and you're solid. I mean, you're not one of these bigger guys that can cut a little bit more weight if they you're a solid. What are you, 208 right now? 207?
Around 208, 210, something like that.
Okay, so I mean that's perfect, man, and I think he's actually coming down even a little bit more in weight. I think
he was like 209 last time he sent me something.
Yeah, so that's really you guys are right there with each other, and same thing with Ben. Ben is an absolute monster at that weight, man. He looks shredded to shit.
Big for 209.
Yeah, he looks really big for 209, but I think it's going to be a closer match than everybody else thinks, really, to tell you the truth. So. I can't wait for that match. That's one of my favorite matches of the night, to tell you the truth. That's gonna be something to show people from your side and from Ben's.
Did you say Ben Champoli is 209?
Yep.
What?
That's insanity. I know. I'm sitting here like just a couple of months ago. I was with him in Montana, and he was like at like
he's
240.
Montana was 230 something. I think maybe he was in Montana,
and he's a monster there. So I can only imagine him slipping.
He was 240 something before Montana. He was 240, so he was much bigger. I mean, and but you can see he was a little rounder though when we were in Montana.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? And now he's fucking six-packing. He looks like a fucking monster right now.
No, I see that
looks
picture.
like Mark, to tell you. You guys look very similar. You know what I mean? Both fucking shredded, both beasts. Big forearms. He's got a huge pad, a huge thumb pad. I think you're gonna have a problem with that. A problem with his fucking pulling in the straps too. But also,
this isn't exactly small over here.
I didn't say what. I didn't say what.
What do you think, Yusuf? You think my hand's little?
No. I think it's pretty big. I think
Mark's got a wide
I'm
hand.
not gonna lie. I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased because I practiced with him. But the more I think about this match, the more I think Mark is actually the clear favorite for me. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm losing confidence in Ben Champoli day by day. Especially now that you just told me he's 209. Like, how's he even alive right now? So.
I'm not even ever going to count Ben Ciampoli out after what happened in Montana. So I'm never going to count him out on a match.
Oh, he owned it.
I think Mark's got his hands full, but at the same time, I think it's going to be closer than what people think that the match is going to be. I think Mark has a little bit more than what people think, especially like you said, the weight's coming down. Did Ben really pull and bring all his weight to 209? Is he still pulling like he was pulling those 230 240 pound guys? Does he still have that strength? Can he still pull the same? So that's what we have to say.
That's a lot of weight to cut.
That's a lot but he did it good, and he did it with
time.
True.
Like
but
he just cut all of it overnight.
No. But it's still a lot of weight to cut, and it's still, you have to lose some type of strength that you're losing with your
absolutely
weight, and Mark here is fucking sitting comfortably, lovely at 208 pounds, not having to fucking lose anything. So he's solid at that weight right now. So I think it's going to be closer than what people think. A lot closer than what people think.
I'm going to look up some Ben Champoli videos right now. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Give me a second.
He's good, man. Don't count him out, especially in the strap. He's even better in the strap, man. So
he's got that Todd roll when he loses his wrist a little bit. I've been watching.
But he pulls through his thumb. So he pulls through his. Yep.
Wait, have you ever pulled James Clark, Mark?
James Clark is a fucking monster,
maybe
man.
He practiced like 2 years ago when I started.
Okay, so not recently.
No.
James Clark just won first place Arnold's left hand.
Yeah, he's a goat.
Yeah, I think
he's really
good. Ben beat him in Atlantic City.
Did he really?
Right hand.
Yeah, right hand.
Right hand. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's his least dominant hand. He's good, but he's not nowhere near as good as with his left. His left is a lot better. Yeah.
James Clark is a beast, though.
Yeah, his left is an absolute monster. He's good in general, but his left is a absolute monster.
Yeah, I gotta say, if I had to listen, I'm a Batman fan through and through, man. But Bane, he's my boy. I was in Montana with him, so I'm gonna be rooting for him. But I'm excited to see the match because I expect Steve to be whipping out the popcorn because I anticipate everybody sitting there for a long, drawn battle, man. It's gonna be a battle of attrition. Definitely gonna be one of those, I think.
So what gives me a little bit more confidence than I had like when the match first got announced was I heard that Wade beat Ben recently. And
what was this?
I heard he beat him maybe a month and a half ago or something like that. 2 months ago.
Right-handed?
Was it a practice?
I haven't been able to fact check that, but that's
yeah.
I was gonna say at a tournament, or was it a after?
I heard it was at a tournament. That's all I know.
It might have been an after poll.
I haven't confirmed that like officially, but that's what I heard.
Yeah, we got to see some footage.
I was going to say because I can't.
Video
think
didn't
Ben.
happen.
Right.
I was going to say I don't think that haven't seen Ben at a tournament in a little bit. Last time I seen Wade at a tournament was when I saw you.
Yeah,
Mark,
I guess it was before that.
Okay,
but like I said, I haven't seen anything to confirm it, but.
Yeah, and I think somebody would have saw something.
Yep.
Right. Them pulling together, Wade and
yeah, Mike. Why are you coming out here with this fake news, dude? What's up with that?
Josh told me. Josh is the one who told me that.
Oh, classic Josh fake news Grant all the time. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's gonna be a good one. It'll be fun. Looking forward to it.
Definitely a lot of events going on.
So let's talk shit about you.
It'll be a good test.
Yusuf.
Say again.
Let's talk shit about you, Yusuf, for a little bit. All right. So I don't think you're going to be going through Ed Cruz the way you really think that you're going to be going through him left-handed. You're going to have an absolute fucking war with him.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's war like the new word for me 3-0 him. Is that like that's the new way we're talking?
I would say it's closer to like a 3-2. It could be either you or him, and it's going to be down to who can figure out who, because I think it's going to go back and forth. I think it's going to be 1 and 1 and 1. I think it's going to go back and forth because you're going to be seeing what you need to do next to beat him, and he's going to be doing the same thing. And I think it's going to be more of a strength with Ed, and it's going to be more with you on technique.
Here's my question for you.
I think,
how surprised would you be if I just 3-0'd him?
I would be very surprised. I would be very surprised.
I'll tell you this much. If that happens, 3-0, the next match you're having is with Sam.
What the hell? No, don't give me Sam. That guy sucks. Give me someone way better.
We have a date. Left-handed.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Wait, you?
Yeah, me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Wait, but doesn't he beat you?
He does. So I want to see if it's a styles make a match scenario, or because you're tricky in the setup, right?
Fair
enough. I want to know because the last time it wasn't it wasn't like I don't think an easy win for Ed. I think definitely was a challenge. I was able to hold him off a little bit. I didn't meet him at the last tournament that we were at left-handed. We didn't get to match up, but I've given him some wars, and he has beaten me before. Yeah. But so let's just
left or right.
That's left. That's left. Right. I have a winning record on him.
I would never underestimate Yusuf's left.
True. But let's say this. Yeah. Well, if I like this hypothetical. So if I 3-0 him, see, if you're the matchmaker, you do your thing, right? It's always up to you. But I'm just putting it out there. There's a young gentleman by the name of Michael Grimaldi that I would love to pull at some point. It doesn't have to be after Ed, but I got my sights set on him left-handed. I'm just going to leave that out there.
He's good left-handed. He's just, I mean, I always want to see him, everybody with their
dominant arm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so that's really what I like to see,
of course.
But if it's up to a left-hand match, I eventually do want to see you and Sam. And just for the fact that I know Sam's not going to be he's really not going to be easy for you at all. He's going to be a really hard match for you. And that's really what I want to see. To tell you the truth, I think it's going to be this match with Ed is going to be
no, you're probably right. I'm probably, the thing is I have this problem where whenever I keep thinking about a match, it just keeps getting easier in my head. I'm just like, I'm going to kill this guy. But I don't know.
Which is good. It's good to be confident, and that's what I like about you. And I love that you talk shit. I love.
You make it entertaining as fuck, man. That's you bring the entertainment.
You're right.
So I love that stuff. I love everything about it. You know what I mean? And that's the way I would be if I was in a super match. Same thing. I wouldn't have anything on my mind except for I'm going to fucking tear his fucking arm off. So I 100%, agree with you on that. But yeah, and I think underestimating Ethan Sherritt going into a hook, he's a fucking absolute dog. I mean, he's one of those guys that will fucking pull and pull and pull and sit there until, and then he's almost got he's got almost two zones. I want to say he's explosive, and then it's like fucking dynamite because he gets so fucking amped up to where he wants to hit. He hits. And then he's got another level to where he even gets more, and then it's just, and he's done that to a couple of guys, and he's blown me away a couple different. When I've seen him do that, over and over again, and beat those guys, and I was not expecting him to have that type of power. So he did it at Buffalo Wild Wings. He did it at the 10th annual championship. So he's just stay out of the hook with him. Yeah. That's the only thing I could say pretty much.
Yeah. No, that's definitely true. And I'm looking forward to it. My goal is definitely to beat him in the hook, as I've said. I think top rolling him is too boring. So after I top roll him twice, I'm going to hook him. And we'll see what happens. And with Ed, yeah, man, I look forward to it.
Do you think you're faster?
Say again?
You think you're faster than him?
Ethan?
Yeah.
Not really. I think we're probably similar.
I think he's faster
It's possible. I think he has great acceleration. I'm really good at timing a go, though, so I don't know.
Yeah, I would have to say that. You're good timing to go. I think he's a little faster. I think he's a little stronger. I think your table IQ is just, I would say almost, I don't want to say on a different level, but it's just your technique. Your technique is just really impressive.
I'm just
to
good
watch
at cheating.
you pull at a table. I don't know if it's cheating or if
it's gaining. No. It's gaining an advantage, a tactical advantage. That's what I like to call it.
Yep. So I'd have to say it's going to be close. I know what happened with you and Ryan Woods.
Yep.
I think this is going to be a bit different. I think there's going to be a little bit more of a dogfight with him, but also at the same time, I can't underestimate your right hand too. Your right's pretty good. Your right's pretty good.
No, I'm excited. I don't know what it is, but I generally get a lot more excited and committed to right hand matches. I think because it's my not so dominant arm. So I don't know. With my left, it's like my better arm, but also I feel more comfortable with it, so I get less excited. I'm just like, it's just another day on the left. That being said, Ed DeCruz is no joke, so maybe that one will be more exciting than Ethan Sherritt. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking that you and Ed Cruz is definitely going to be a more exciting match than you and Ethan Sherritt.
Cool. Yeah, and by the way, I will definitely take that match with Sam Mitchell if I own it, and I will beat him as well. But yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, the reason why I say that is because if Ed Cruz lost his super matchup against Sam Mitchell, the only other person that I could see left-handed to take Sam Mitchell.
Here's a question: who do you think is the best 176 lift in like this Northeast area? Who do you think is the cream of the crop? Like who I should be if I want to be considered number one?
Aiden.
Depends if Aiden comes down to
that
176.
Guy's fat. He's never making it.
I
was with him yesterday. We went to a buffet. I'm literally sabotaging him. He's not making it ever again.
What did you play?
I gotta say, Conrad is up there.
That guy's
Conrad.
Yeah. Conrad is
he's fairly dominant in the left hand. You know,
he's young too, right? He's super young.
Yep, he's super. Well, he's gonna be my opening match at the summer kickoff event. Nice. I have a good match for him left-handed.
Are you going to say anything? Are you going to announce anything?
Yeah.
It's like not
that.
Yeah,
I mean, I was going to wait till you were done talking about, New York ArmWars.
No, say something.
Yeah, because I got 5 matches lined up and possibly a 6th one. The opening match is going to be actually start with a little grudge. Danny Fusco versus Conrad Lefty. Danny's been around for a while. He actually beat Conrad Lefty at the Jason Vale last year.
Danny's really good too, right?
Yeah, he's really good. He's wicked, and he's wicked fast. I'm going to use your term, you Massachusetts guys. But he's got some insane power. His hit is unbelievable. And this is a guy who does not train arm wrestling. He just does pull-ups like, he said, I mean, look at Cody Wood. Look at what he's doing. He does a lot of pull-ups in his training. Family man, really strong dude. I'm looking forward to having them open up the match. Then we got a couple of guys coming from Puerto Rico. Garcia Francisco, also known as Kong, is taking on a local guy, Andrew Thomas, A-Train, right-handed. Kong was up here, took on Zeth, and had a pretty decent win when he went to the strap with Zeth. Zeth was
same thing with JJ Jackson. JJ Jackson pulled Kong. JJ demolished Kong though.
So I think Andrew's going to be is I wouldn't say newer than Zeth, but actually I think Andrew has a little more experience in the match setup, and he's had a few super matches now. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with Kong. I think he's gonna show him why he deserves a few rounds in the super match circuit up here in the Northeast. And then we got a couple of local guys going at it. Michael Service, who's a 176 guy, really tall. I think he's like 6'6" or something like that. 6'7". Stupid.
He's got a really
long lever going up against Davon Perkins, who who's originally out of Jersey, but he's been training with the Crucifix Gym guys out in Brooklyn. He's a monster hooker. I actually recently pulled with him, and I was like, oh man, this guy's got an insane hook that I was struggling with it. I think that he's going to bring a lot to the table. We got Jason, the Boa, another local guy, taking on Adam Hernandez of Puerto Rico. Adam was up here.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah, he did fairly well against his other match last year. So we're giving him a little more of experienced puller. I have mixed feelings. I think it's going to be a good match. I think that Adam has definitely leveled up his training. I've been watching him closely, and I think that Jason, he took a little bit of a dial back on his training, but now he's fired back up for it. So I'm excited for that.
I'm gonna say a fucking 3-0 fucking Jason.
Oh snap! There you go, Jason. I hope.
And I know Adam, the way he pulls, he's strong, but it's just Jason's got a really sticky spot, and I don't think Adam has the endurance to be able to hold on to Jason like that. And Jason can pull like that for days, from what I've seen.
I agree.
So he's got that sweet spot that he holds right there, and he's got a lot more endurance. And I really want to see him pull a little bit more. I don't really see him pulling tournaments and stuff, but
no, he's not as active as he should be. So I'm hoping that this will help him dust it off for him. I know his number one training partner is on screen with us, Dan the Hat. He trains with him regularly, and Dan's much bigger than Jason, and Jason does hold him. But when Dan is explosive, Jason struggles with it. So I think that's something that that will tell the tale. If he can put the brakes on Adam, but we'll be getting them on the screen.
Jason's way too much for Adam.
By the way,
we'll see what happens.
Quick shout out, Michael Grimaldi in the chat saying, "Good luck, Yusuf." I appreciate that a lot, Mike. Appreciate that a lot.
There you go. Hopefully we'll
get bud. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you, man. Take care. And then to close out the super match portion of the event, we have rising star Shiyu Lin, who is an absolute monster. Not the most competitive by way of active in tournaments, but he will be taking on as a main event. Taking on Kevin Nelson. For those who don't know who Kevin Nelson is, he's been around the block for a while. Guy? Yep. Not ArmWars. Game of Arms. Yep. Yeah. Game of Arms. He's going to be our main event with Shiyu. Both arms. Kevin's a monster. I've watched Kevin take on Larry Wheels. I've watched him hold Mike Aiello. This guy's got an absolute insane amount of energy at the table. Like, he's a very calm, collected kind of guy, but he turns it up at the table. So I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Let's not take away anything away from Shiyu.
No.
Monster.
Oh, she is a beast. She's a friggin' monster.
He beat Paul Cruz. He beat
everybody that was at the Vail tournament. He beat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll probably see him Thursday.
That was after a workout, a 500-pound fucking. Yeah.
Yep.
That was after his workout that he was trying to max out 500 pounds. So she was an absolute monster, dude. He's a beast. So that's going to be a really good match. That's going to be a really good match.
We'll probably see him again Thursday at that Crucifix Gym.
Yep, we'll be there. We'll be there Thursday. I think Shiyu. I actually gotta say, as much as I love Kevin, love watching Kevin pull, I think Shiyu is going to be the favorite in my book. Only because of just what he brings to the table. He brings it, like, talk about a calm, quiet person that you won't think that they just turn into an absolute beast at the table. Once he's there, it's a different human.
Yeah.
Complete different human.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm looking forward to those matches. We might have one more match. It might be an international match. I can't say anything on it yet. We're waiting on a few things from this weekend.
Saginashvili versus Dan Schwartz.
Yeah, okay. nobody want to watch that slaughtering.
Yeah,
that would be a slaughtering. I mean, then he'd rip my arm off. You'd literally rip it clean off my body. Are you kidding me?
You'd kill him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, mm-hmm. Sure. But so we're waiting on a few things. Work schedules, events that are happening this weekend. See how people feel afterwards, and we might have an international match lined up at 176. So I will let you guys know after this weekend. So stay tuned the next week for that one. And then we'll have the tournament. As I said, we're running pros first, then amateurs. And we're going to be out of our venue by 3:00, but we're going to be going over to Linda Lynn's house. She got this beautiful house right on the water in Lindenhurst. That it's going to... Well, it's about 15 minutes away.
Yeah, South Shore, Long Island. It's about 15, 20-minute ride. That's it.
15, 20-minute ride. And it's good.
That's only like 30, 45 minutes in Long Island.
No, it's an actual 15 minutes Long Island time.
No. It's actual 15 minutes. It's not city time. It's not
only about 10 miles away. You'll be there in about an hour.
No, that's city. That's up by you. Come on.
So... But her house is going to be looking like the Venetian, so we're going to be hanging out at a gorgeous house.
We just hope the weather's nice.
It's going to be nice. Don't worry, I got that covered. It's been nice every year at the barbecue. It's going to continue being so. Knock on wood. That it's going to be an awesome thing, and I am going to announce that at this after party, I will take on a match. I still have yet to discover who my opponent's going to be, but
Yusuf can slaughter you left hand.
I'm taking both arms.
I'm not gonna lie, Dan was actually unreasonably strong on the left last time I pulled him, so I'm kind of scared of him. But
yeah, I know Dan is really like he's. It's kind of weird because he doesn't really look like as strong as he is on the table, and then on the table he's ridiculous.
Dan's a 205 puller at 176.
Dan looks like he would be the top arm wrestler at this local 7-Eleven. But yeah, he's a lot better.
You haven't seen some of the crackheads at our 7-Elevens, then, have you? No.
No. You gotta come to Long Island, man. They'll kick your ass.
And one thing about Dan, everyone always calls me very technical, which is true because I am. But Dan is, Dan has definitely told me some tricks that I didn't even know myself. So don't sleep on Dan's table like you either. He's pretty nuts.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, he does. I don't sleep on his IQ at all, especially at the. And he calls it a party hand.
It's not a party, bro. It's a nightmare.
Right. It's not a party hand.
I hate it.
Well, yeah, I'd rather his left than his right, personally.
Oh, well, that's definitely true. But that doesn't mean his left is bad.
Oh no.
I appreciate all the compliments. You're making the left itching for battle, so I'm gonna have to take it all out on everyone in Brooklyn on Thursday.
Yes, Thursday, baby.
Unfortunately, I can't do any competitions this month or next month. I as I said, I was at a bachelor party this weekend. I was the best man, so I had to shell out a shit ton of money, a shit ton of time off of work, and then I got the wedding next month. So I just don't got the time to be able to go and compete anywhere. But come June, it's gonna be a whole different story. That 7-Eleven line was ice cold.
No, that's good. June, man. June 176. Watch out of post June. Dan the Nightmare will be back and giving people nightmares, I imagine.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I'm kind of glad that I don't have any ability to compete because it just gives me time to train.
Yeah. It
gives me more time to train because this is like the longest time that I've been without a competition since I started arm wrestling.
Really?
This is the longest time. Yeah, this will be the longest. I usually compete almost every month rather. So 2 months is the longest time. 3 months actually. Yeah, the longest time that I've ever had because last competition was the MAC tournament.
Oh yeah, shit. And that was a month, and that was a month ago already.
Yeah, and all I've been doing is training, and I'm feeling healthier than I've ever been. Feeling stronger. I've been keeping within rhythm of what I was doing previously, so it's just now starting to, I think, take fruition. More lefty than it was righty. I'm putting a little more stress on the left as well, because as I told Steve, I'm going to bring out the left to play.
Beautiful.
What do you got? What are you lifting? 35 over there?
This is exactly 34 pounds, I believe.
There you go. 21s, baby. Come on.
Classic.
So we got right. Mike Grimaldi's in the chat, actually, Yusuf. You already acknowledged him before, but
Troy's in the chat.
You got Troy Bouncefit. Big shout out to Troy, one of the biggest supporters of all things we do arm wrestling.
That's another match with the Grimaldi and fucking Weber. That's going to be a fucking absolute.
I'm so mad.
That's going to be such a strategic match. Like, it's going to be like back and forth. I don't know how
I just rewatched their 2019, I think, match in Syracuse. And, man, that's going to be a good match. I mean, they were really close back then. I feel like both of them improved a lot. And
who won? Who won back then?
I can't remember because I watched right and left. I'm pretty sure
they went back and forth.
I'm pretty sure Sean won left and Grimaldi won right.
Okay.
Let me double check.
They went back and forth a couple of times, right and left. You know what I mean? So it's like a win, a loss, and a loss. So Grimaldi's an absolute monster. I just can't wait to see him and Weber just fucking go at it. It's going to be so good. I think it's going to be a 3-2 either way. I mean, it's going to be so close. Those last three matches are probably the best matches, I think.
That's going to be an amazing experience.
Oh, yeah. All your matches are going to be amazing.
Yeah, they're all going to be really good. I think the last three are going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're going to be absolute fucking wars. Especially Vlad and John. You know, it's going to be a hook war. I hope John got a lot better. I know John got a lot better. And then Vlad, he doesn't train a lot like other people do, but he's just a fucking brick wall, man.
He only needs like a 2-month training time, and then he turns into an absolute weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah.
Seriously. 8 weeks is enough time to prep. I think 8 weeks is a perfect prep.
He's had more than enough time. It's just seeing him, you know, over in Montana and what he did.
Oh my God, he demolishes opponents, both of them.
The same
arm. Absolutely impressive.
And not to take away anything from the guys that we went up against, but both those guys were
monsters.
Were beasts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they were
absolute monsters. Both of them were. And the fact that he beat them the way he beat them, it just shows the level he operates at.
Yeah, seriously.
All right,
I
just found it, and it was actually a pretty convincing Spike Dog victory over Sean Weber. So, I think that definitely confirms my prediction as a 3-1, maybe 3-0 Mike Grimaldi, to be honest.
I'm going to give it to Grimaldi. If he won then, he's going to win again because he's even stronger and faster than he was then, I feel like.
I mean, so is Sean Weber. He's definitely improved a lot. But I don't know. I felt Grimaldi, and I've seen what he can do, and I think he's probably the favorite in my eyes.
Troy Bouncefit, Grimaldi is a beast.
Yeah, he's nuts. Yeah. He's nasty. Yeah.
Oh, Carolyn Looms, shout out to all who are going to attend Neil Main Mayhem Memorial Day weekend. She just booked her motel, so anybody needs accommodation ideas, hit her up.
Where did you get the hotel? Where did you book the hotel? How much? What's reasonable?
Yeah. Shout out Carolyn. That's a great tournament. I'm glad you're coming. I'm excited to see you. There. Very excited to see you there. It's gonna be really good.
Definitely.
We'll be as of next week. I'll start posting the links to that tournament. When is that happening again? You said
May 24th.
Memorial Day.
May 24th.
May 24th. Yeah, I know Memorial Day. I don't know the date.
Yeah, it's gonna be May 24th, and it's gonna be in Buxton, Maine.
Buxton. Okay.
Yes.
Buxton.
Yeah, it's gonna be at a venue that I think typically does midget wrestling. So.
Oh my God.
They're ready
No,
for the.
yeah, you're used. So you're used to that. So you're used to that, Yusuf, huh?
Oh yeah. No, sometimes
You feel at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Home field advantage for you, huh?
You know, it's actually funny you mentioned that. I actually gave an arm wrestling seminar the other day in East Hampton, Massachusetts, and afterwards we went upstairs, and they just had a midget wrestling event going on. I was like, that's freaking nuts. So we just stayed for like 40 minutes and watched that shit. Those guys are great performers. I'm not gonna lie.
I just watched. Was it you and Aiden? Okay, I just watched the video of Aiden posting. He goes, he puts up, I think, who the hell would have thought that I would have ended up here on Saturday?
Wednesday. Yeah, no, it's crazy. The guy's name was
Wednesday night,
Doomsday. The guy who was doing all the crowd work and shit, and he was like nipple tweezing the other guys. He was like slapping them, and I was like, this is fucking epic. This is crazy. Yeah, shout out Doomsday. That guy's crazy.
Absolute insanity.
Yeah.
I never thought.
Shout out to the
Never thought that this would be a topic of conversation on my podcast. So let alone.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I just had to bring it up.
No, it's quite all right. Listen, this is not one of those podcasts.
Shout out to the titties.
Yeah.
Hey, midgets got forearms and they can arm wrestle too. So we can't. We're a equal opportunity podcast.
I was thinking like if I can get in contact with those guys, we get enough of them. I could do a midget class. I could do like midget pro right, midget pro left. That would be fucking nuts, dude. That would be pretty revolutionary. I'm not gonna right.
Dan wants nothing to do with this right now.
Okay, all right, I'm done.
I'm trying so hard to maintain composure, but it's just not happening.
Oh God!
All right, somebody pick up a different topic.
Oh my God!
All right, I'll change it. So what about
Steve's gonna be the Dana White of that of midget arm wrestling.
Well, arm wrestlers slap fight. You want to go there?
No, we're not bringing that shit into the back.
That's actually my biggest. I don't know about you guys. Actually, let's talk about this. This is a good topic.
Yes.
What are your biggest midget? No, I'm just kidding. What are your biggest? What are your biggest pet peeves when talking to non-arm wrestlers about arm wrestling? So I'll give a couple common ones, and then you guys can tell me anyone that you've heard. So one is like the classic, like, oh, you're not allowed to like move your body, or you're not allowed to move your wrist, or like even like I didn't know this was a real sport. Those are classics. My personal dislike is when they always ask me, they're like, oh, so is that do you do the slap fighting too? And I'm like,
that's the same.
It's not even close. It's not the same thing. It's not even close.
No.
To tell you the truth, I'm gonna be honest with you, it pisses me off when people want to put slap fighting into the fucking same as court categories.
It pisses me the fuck off too. I hate that shit. I hate that.
It's just, bro, there is no technique at all whatsoever with me smacking your fucking face open, or it just doesn't make any fucking sense. When I'm going to the table, I'm putting in a lot of strength, technique, and figuring it a way out to beat you.
I totally agree. I do think arm wrestling is more technical. I'm sure there's some technique to slap fighting, right? Like how you slap and like how you strategize between rounds. But at the end of the day, it's turn based, and it's not the same as like a live kind of combat match where you're actively fighting each other on like a table arena, right? It's not like you just stand there and receive it. There's a lot of defense and stuff like that. So it does kind of piss me off because that shit is kind of stupid. But yeah,
you know what tells me that they didn't get slapped up enough by their mothers.
True.
Plain and simple.
True.
Yeah.
My biggest pet peeve of arm wrestlers that people when they go to arm wrestle you and you go to top roll them, that's cheating.
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's not cheating. It's a technique, but they don't seem to understand that. They don't get. Oh, you're not supposed to do that. Well, all right, no problem.
No, they don't get that type of stuff. They don't.
Yeah, that because the guy at work who kicked my ass before I started arm wrestling. Once I learned to top roll and got some technique, he goes, "You're cheating." And I go, "No, I'm not."
I just thought of a good one. And low-key, this is just like a strength diff because I'm just not strong enough. But a problem that happens is, like you meet someone or you have a friend who's very strong to the point where you actually have to try quite hard to beat them in arm wrestling, especially if it's like on a dinner table and not a real table, right? So like you have to try harder because you're not as adapted to that environment. So one thing that annoys me is when someone's strong enough that I have to try, it becomes very difficult to keep them safe. And then I end up having to like stop the match and be like, listen, like that's, you can't keep doing that. You're going to get hurt. Or I end up having to like concede or something like that. And then they're like, oh, like you're just doing that because I was about to win or something like that. And I'm like, it's so annoying because like I could throw you on the hook right now and I could just break your arm. I could do it if you really wanted. But like I'm trying to keep you safe and also like kind of be competitive. So I guess that wouldn't be a problem if I was like stronger, but that's something that situation that I often kind of bothers me, and I don't really know how to deal with it.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that, especially with newer guys that step up to the table and you're kind of holding them and then they're putting everything down. You're kind of like just putting your arm slightly down and turning it over just so they don't hurt themselves. You know what I mean? Just and it was funny. I remember we were after pulling at the lounge and you know, I was just kind of it was Miguel's girlfriend, and I was giving her my hand, and she could pull. She's strong as fuck. So, and I just finished pulling with Miguel. Miguel looks over to me and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I was just like, "I'm working with her." He goes, give her some work." And I'm like, "All right." So then, I mean, obviously, because I was just giving her my hand and let her, you know, work it out like that. And obviously, I put my hand up, you know, and we start pulling. And he's like, he looks at me, he goes, he's like, you give her something. I was just like, all right. So I started pulling with her, you know, and vice versa. Like, I don't want to, one, because she's a female, but in general, I mean, it's not her first time, so she can pull. She's strong as fuck. But you almost feel like you don't want to hurt them because, you know, you're just in that position enough to be like, look, I just don't want to really, you know, put that extra oomph in and you know what I mean? But I agree with you. Same thing like what happened at the Buffalo Wild Wings over there. There's a couple of new guys that started pulling, and it was just very iffy on all those angles that they.
Oh, they watch Devin or Michael Todd doing the King's move. Like, this is how you arm wrestle, right? Like, no, this is how you tear something or break something.
Yeah.
Not even that, but it's more on they're doing this.
Pressing,
and they're trying to push.
They're going to either go to the press or they automatically jump into a King's move.
They'll be like this almost to win, and then they'll be like they want to push, and I'm sitting there going, "That's break your arm because you don't even know what you're doing." You know what I mean? And it sucks because you don't really want to go over their hand like that, you know, because you can really you've never been in that position.
Yeah, I really try to I've gotten better at this because I've taught so many people now, but like just reprogramming the human mind to not do this and instead like do this with the whole body. It's like actually quite a challenge. So I mean, I've got a few techniques. So like obviously we all know the metaphor of pouring the cup of water in your shirt pocket. That's a big one. I find a lot of the times like to stop someone doing this because a lot of the times they'll get the initial bit of the top roll right, and then they'll just do that instead of like rolling with it. So I found a good thing is to tell them like once you have your position, don't move anything on its own. Your whole body moves as a unit, like a statue. Like your whole body moves. That's really helpful. And another thing is to specifically combat this movement at the end, which I don't want to teach them. I want to teach them to fully finish a roll. Is to just make sure their shoulder goes back. So if you just tell them you're not allowed to bring your shoulder forward, then that makes it much less tempting to do this because a lot of the time they'll do this, right? They'll come forward. And if you just tell them you're not allowed to bring this forward, and then they kind of figure out like, oh, it's actually the easiest way is to actually kind of go back like this. So that's something that
that sounds familiar, right, Dan?
Yeah, very.
Spot on, almost exactly what I say every practice to anybody who's just learning.
Yeah. Also, shout out. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying pour the water in your shirt. Yeah. That's exactly how Dan taught me over almost a year ago. That's what he first said. He goes, "It's like pouring a cup of water into your shirt pocket." What?
Yeah, true. Also, shout out Carolyn Looms. Can't wait to meet you as well. And thanks. Yeah, I'm glad you like the location. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good stuff.
Yeah, she provided the accommodations, Steve, you asked for. It's gonna be the Mount Royal Hotel in Old Orchard Beach.
Yeah, what'd you say? 142 for the weekend or something like that?
147 on May 27th and 25th. The 24th and 25th, $97.
Pretty decent.
Oh, shout out to my
not bad.
Too.
I was actually trying to work with local accommodation to reserve some blocks, some room blocks for lower prices.
They're always so expensive all the time.
Like they were not working with me, so unfortunately, this event will not have that. I'm really going to try to get some like special arm wrestler reduced rates for the next tournament. It's going to be in July. But for May, unfortunately, it's just every man for themselves. You gotta.
Well, yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend, man. They make a lot of money on that weekend.
Yeah.
Well, it's I'm looking forward to seeing the results of the weekend. I'm not going to necessarily be able to tune in at the moment, but I will definitely be poking and prodding. Finding out what happened with Yusuf's match, because I'm really excited to see. If he can put the brakes on Ed. He wants to do 3-0. He's calling 3-0 right now. I don't know, man. I think that pull-up, you need to add about another 50 pounds and, 150 pounds, and then you can make a difference.
Realistically, most likely result, if you're going to be betting him this or really thinking about it, is probably a 3-2. And of course, I'm going to say I'm going to win. So.
There you go.
Hey, Yusuf, are you live streaming cameras and stuff?
I'm okay. I'm not a fucking genius with it, but I've definitely done it before.
Gotcha. We'll talk in a little bit.
Sounds good. Yeah. Just tell me what you want to do. I can see if I can do it for you.
Yeah, thank you. Because we can't be there, and I kind of flaked out because my DMV. So, yeah. He's going to count on you if you want to step in. That would be greatly appreciated from all of us.
Do you want me to bring a tripod? Do you want to bring a tripod?
No, I have a tripod and everything like that. It's more on cameras and a computer to be able to set that up and live stream it from yours and mine.
Okay, I could probably figure that out if you just tell me a little bit ahead of time. I'm pretty technical with computers and stuff.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's really I have my phone to live stream it, which is good, but I just wanted at least another 2 camera angles. Yeah. There's going to be 3.
So connect cables, 3 phones to 1 live stream type shit. Okay, yeah, I can start looking at that tonight. I got it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
There you go. See, young minds, Yusuf.
I got it. No problem.
He's like, it's already done.
It's set up, so I'm ready.
There you go.
That's too funny.
You have a laptop, Steve? You said you have a laptop, or do you want me to bring mine?
Bring yours if you can. I do have a laptop, though, but I'm not sure if it's going to be able to do what you need it to do, but I always have it with me.
Thank you. From me, because I kind of dropped the ball on that one, I'll admit that.
Yeah, Dan dropped the ball big.
Yeah. I wish I could to the fucking DMV. Excuse my language.
That's all good. We curse around here.
Do you guys have this? Do you guys have this real ID thing? Or is that
that's what. Yes. No. It's because May 7th. You have to have it, and that's why you have to have a fucking appointment to go to the DMV. Before that, you didn't have to. You can make the appointment in the parking lot 10 minutes before and walk in. Now you can't. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah. I was refreshing my DMV page like every minute to try to get a new appointment because they were getting swallowed up because I'm trying to get my real ID as well.
Thank you.
Dude, it's fucking nuts. Like,
wait, what's the real ID?
This thing where you basically can't board a plane after May 7th, 2025, unless you have a real ID. So basically,
or passport.
Or a passport, or some other ballot. Yeah, that's fine. You don't actually need it, but me not having a U.S. passport for obvious reasons, it's something that I should probably do. So,
minor details.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, they put it into. It happened right after September 11th, Steve. They made this so like it's all for the security in the airports across the states. So that way, if you don't have a passport, you go to your state and bump up your local, and then you can travel. It's another money grab.
9/11, and they just came out with it
now. No. They've had it 20 years. They've been building it up for 20 years, and now they're saying everybody has to have it by the state.
Basically, everybody is so lazy that they had like deadlines before, but everyone is so fucking lazy and doesn't get it that they just keep extending it. That's what it is.
Correct.
Well,
and now that's
it. I think a part of that was when COVID shut everything down.
Oh yeah.
It put a big deadline pushback, on it.
So we're gonna have to push this back 20 years.
That shows how efficient that country is, right?
We're gonna have to push this back 20 years, guys. All right, it's not gonna work out for the next 15.
Efficiency at its best.
Who the fuck says that? I could die within the next fucking. You want me to wait 20 years for this shit?
My gripe was, I'll sit at the DMV for 3 hours. How come I can't get it? Nope, you have to have an appointment just to get in. Because back in the day, you used to sit there for 3 hours. You'd get everything done. Nope, not now. Yeah, exactly.
Who do you guys think? And maybe it's Hunter Knopf's. Going back to arm wrestling, but
thank you.
Who do you guys think is like our top 3 few best USA bets in the lightweight category? Like who is like the chosen one to like beat Mindaugas or Giannis or Adam Makarov? Any of these guys? Who do you guys think is a possibility there?
I want to say
like 54, 65.
Oh,
65 maybe.
I think Hunter's up there, definitely.
Yeah.
I think Cody Wood is up there.
Yeah.
Hunter lost him in
Joseph Morante.
He's still young. Yeah.
He's still young. He lost him in Divers.
I would really like to see Eli Seidolf. If I don't know what weight he is right now, but I know he can make like the lighter ones. If he could get down to like 76 or something, I'd like to see him get some kind of title shot at or not a title, just a match at East vs West. I'm pretty sure he just won the qualifier at Arlington, so I feel like I'm excited.
Yeah, I think he did win the one. I think that was him who won the qualifier for 176.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's his name? Shit, my hit just won.
Luke.
No, East vs West. Luke hit.
Yeah, he beat the Greg Yo, Singaporean East Side guy, right?
Yeah,
that was legit.
A lot of good light matches in that tournament. Yeah.
What's up? What's up with like all of the good USA arm wrestlers being old? Like, I feel like none of our young guys are good. Like, our young guys just get smashed by the European young guys, but our old guys like Todd and like, North America, I guess Devin, Michael Todd. Like,
I think it's speed. I think it's the speed of the Europeans that get the young guys. But if the young guys can hold the speed, it's the strength. That's why the older guys are stronger, in my opinion. I
don't think. I think it's strategy. These guys are more technical. Where they're coming from, Georgia, they've been pulling.
Exactly, it's the training. It's the training they experience, and their conditioning, the way that they've been conditioned at a younger age. Like, I mean, it's a way of life. Think about it. They have high school programs and high school teams of arm wrestling, even middle school level arm wrestling. It's an activity for them. Like soccer is for us, arm wrestling is for them.
Is that real? Because I hear that a lot, but like, is that a real thing? Like, do they really have like?
Oh yeah.
In Georgia, they are. It's completely
Oh
different.
yeah.
They're. I want to say, even when you want to try to become a ref, it's nothing like here that you get a cert within a fucking day. Over there, they have different levels that they have to go to school for to become a ref. So it's not even.
Where did you see that? Because I want to like do some research into that.
Well, Philip.
Georgia, look at
when I was talking with Philip Larson from Sweden, he, Sweden over there, it's a government it's like a government agency that runs arm wrestling. It doesn't matter from what weight to what class to what age, the government runs arm wrestling in Sweden.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, that's a big thing. That's why, Angen also has, so many funds from their government that help him, that sponsor a big portion of, the arm wrestling, super matches that he puts up. That's why you see him at like Texas, Arlington, Texas, at that gigantic stage. I'm sure it's $100,000 stage. You know what I mean? And for the weekend and everything else. So that 65,000. I mean, but either way, it's, beyond, I'm sure, the lights and everything. I'm sure
did they really pay that much?
Yeah, I'm sure it's $100,000 production.
Wow.
Yeah, just the arena was $65,000.
I didn't for one day.
Just for the event Saturday was $65,000.
That's nuts.
Right.
And that's just for the arena. That's not including
I get it.
anything else.
That's crazy.
Probably $100,000 event for the days. I mean, or even
absolutely. You got to pay all the athletes. You got to pay everything. You're talking every bit $100,000, maybe $1.25 for that whole event.
Yeah, probably even more than that. Who knows? Who knows? Because they're doing it for a few days. They're taking up the hotels. They're taking up the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then Sunday everyone leaves.
Yep.
So they're taking it up really for 4 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Damn! Thank God I don't have to pay that for meal events.
Right?
Yeah. I know.
The expenses are insane for these things.
Yeah, that's nuts.
For that level, at least, Yeah. Definitely. Maybe one of these days we'll get ourselves into Madison Square Garden. We'll see our faces as the directors or something like that.
That's the goal, man. One of these days, one of you guys has got to set that up.
I think Steve's going to be there.
I was going to say the next production I'm going to have is going to be nice, really nice. Did I show you, Yusuf? Did I show you the next production?
So. You're probably excited now.
Oh man, that's pretty good.
It looks good, man. Well, we can be here forever and talking more about some shit, or I'm going to be saying it's time to, pull the plug because it's already 11 o'clock.
God damn.
You got it.
We can continue this next week.
Yeah, come back next week for more. I have more to announce. I'll have more information about the summer kickoff, as well as we can do a recap of how this weekend went and how poorly beaten and sad Yusuf is about his his experience
with his tail between his legs.
I'm gonna be on here with like a crown, my 2 rings right here.
You better come on with the Burger King crown, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna. Also, this is kind of a surprise, but I'm gonna have a very, extravagant walkout. I haven't told anyone yet. Steve, I'll be telling you about it soon, but it's got to stay.
You're gonna be like Macho Man Randy Savage or Ric Flair.
Send it to me directly from our personal messages. All right,
it's gonna be a secret.
And it's gotta be enough so where I can. When you send it to me, where I can click it and then it'll play directly from there. Or it'll go somewhere so I can just
be YouTube?
hit play.
All right, then we're good. It's a secret, though. It's a secret. You guys.
Woo!
I'm not
I think you guys will like it.
Oh my God!
Are you gonna come out to the Heartbreak Kid? Which one? Ric Flair, Macho Man, Randy Savage, or the Heartbreak Kid?
Possible. You guys will never. Actually, it's pretty obvious to guess, but we'll see.
It's gonna be like an American song.
Anyway, moving on. And Carolyn in the chat with a hashtag Neil. Damn straight.
Hashtag Neil. All right, everyone who's tune in next week. We're gonna be talking a recap of what's happening this weekend. some more updates on the barbecue, the summer kickoff event. If you're interested in sponsoring any of the summer kickoff event, feel free to reach out to myself, Steve, or Dan. They are helping me run the show. Steve will be manning the mic. He will be the voice you hear behind the mic.
Voice of Long Island Arm Wrestling and
Yes, sir.
Shot Callers, The Pit, and New York Tri-State.
And then also,
He is.
Sorry,
also,
that's okay. Also, for those who were just tuning in now, the event will take place in Bayshore, New York, Long Island. So come check us out. We look forward to having you. Entry fees are at an all-time low for the first ever tournament that I'm hosting. Pros are $25.
$5 for extra.
$20 for amateurs, and they'll pay for Steve's gas.
And we will also have we will have vendors. We will also have vendors. We will also have strongman exhibitions and any other way for.
There's food, drinks. There's gonna be so much different stuff. You guys have to come down. Everybody, come down and enjoy this phenomenal MAC tournament, super matches that we're gonna have here. Dan's gonna be there. Dan's gonna be there. Dan's gonna be there.
Every Dan in the world will probably be there.
But we have Steve's event next week first, so let's get through that. Then we got a couple other events and
New York ArmWars, free food, free drinks, 10 phenomenal super matches, tournament, beautiful place, the Hyatt House.
Let me just respond to Miss Looms in the chat. Yusuf, did you adapt your pullings after speaking with Corey Miller? I'm still thinking about it. There was a lot to process, so we'll see. Maybe I'll try to implement some of that stuff at Steve's tournament, New York ArmWars 2. April 12th, Fishkill, Hyatt House. It's going to be very, very exciting.
Hell yeah.
Kill Ed and kill Ethan. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
all right, boys.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Check out next